Hello everyone. Welcome to this course series on Kingdee AI Suite. In this session, we will focus on hands-on exercises of code rules. Suppose we need to set a code for vouchers. We hope that the code contains the ledger value of each voucher, so that we can distinguish vouchers from different ledgers based on the code. We also want to differentiate serial numbers based on the voucher period and voucher type. Next, we will conduct hands-on exercises based on this scenario. First of all, we need to make preparations. We need to find a voucher on the low-code application platform. Then, we can click Business Control and enable Show Code Rule Configuration. After enabling this parameter, we can go to the code rule configuration list. We can find the voucher in the left tree of the code rule configuration list. Select the voucher and click New. After creating a code rule, we can first set the name of this rule and its default segment separator, which is a hyphen here, to ensure that this code is directly displayed on the document. When a document is added, we need to enable the display code when adding parameter. To allow manual modification of the code, we need to enable the modification allowed parameter. The remaining parameters are not required in this scenario, so we do not enable them for now. Next, we will set a code segment. This requires the ledger value to be displayed in the code. So, we choose Business Object field and set code source as ledger code. We hope to fully display the ledger code. So, we set use mode as complete value, and we do not need to use it as the basis for generating a serial number. Therefore, we set it to not as basis here. For the next two code segments, we hope to distinguish codes based on the voucher period and voucher type. This means we want to use them as the basis for generating serial numbers. Here, we also select Business Object field and set code source as period code. We set use mode as complete value, but I do not want the code to display the string value of the voucher period. So, I set SN basis as set as basis, but do not show and segment separator as empty. The setting of voucher type is the same as that of period. Select voucher type, set use mode to complete value, and set SN basis as set as basis, but do not show. Finally, based on the configuration of the previous three code segments, we set a serial number. The length of the serial number is 4. The initial value is 1. The step value is 1. And the separator is empty. Enable use missing number first. After completing these configurations, we can see a code example here. Ledger book, code number 0001. It is actually the value of code segment 1. 0001 is the preview value of code segment 4. After saving the serial number, we need to enable this code rule. Let's see whether a code is generated according to our configured code rule when we create a voucher. We can see that when a voucher is created, the pre-generated code here is visible. It actually corresponds to the enabled display code when adding parameter. Then, the code generated here is SG01. It uses the code SG01 of the ledger. Let's check whether 0001 is a serial number. Let's look at the serial number configuration. The step value is 1, the initial value is 1, and the length is 4. The serial number is 0001. We find that it is exactly the configured serial number, but in fact, in our front-end interface, code segment 2 and code segment 3 are invisible in the code. The serial number 0001 is generated based on the period code and voucher type code. There is a large amount of data in voucher records previously, but the system generates the serial number 0001 only based on the period of the voucher. That is, June 2023, and the voucher type code, that is, receipt, specifically based on the context of June 2023 and receipt. This concludes the configuration of a code rule and explanation of its actual use. Thank you.